Bang! Welcome to the podcast.
Bang, it's the podcast.
That was so late. That was so
I'm
late.
sorry, I was just admiring
The
the cat
cat.
picture.
God's
Yeah.
sake.
Why would you admire the cat? It's terrible.
It looks so happy. No,
No,
Why has she got
we're,
such
we're
an
here
angry
now.
Face?
Why is the picture off center? Like it should. Okay.
It is slightly. But
The cat just constantly looks pissed off.
Right. Okay. Our sound guy's just said that he doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
So hi. We started a podcast. That's the real name, by the way.
Yep, he came up with it.
yeah.
I did. I was in the shower.
You were in the shower.
I was once.
That wasn't a dig on the way you smell. I was just wondering why that came to you in the shower.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I think I didn't have anything else to do.
So you think of podcast names?
I used to shower quite late in the evening, and
Fair,
it was
that's
at the
so too.
and it was at the point where like almost everyone else was in bed, so I couldn't play my music. I'm one of those people that music's in the shower.
I don't want
do
other
not
people
do
hearing
that.
my music taste.
Right.
Same.
Well, I do it, and I couldn't because everyone was asleep. So I was just alone with my thoughts and my dick. And
Thank you.
podcast.
That's a nice
Bang
image.
is the you will notice behind us there is a carnival style wheel. Wheel, yes. And on it are various topics in which we could discuss. And we are going to spin this wheel in order to discuss today's topic. So I will spin it.
You actually
Yeah,
started.
Do you want me to
spin.
do the honors?
Yeah,
Of the
go
first
on.
spin of the
You
podcast?
actually started to sound like that wizard dude from Skylanders. I've forgotten his name.
Scarlet.
I think you should
Oh
just
my
like the
God,
portal
so-
master or something.
Yeah, him. You started sounding like
Anyway,
him.
let's spin the wheel. That is incredibly loud and painful. Don't listen to it.
Be something good.
Let's get serious.
Oh, that's a
Already.
great one to start.
We are getting crazy
We're
serious.
getting serious
out here, boys.
already. That's
Yeah, that's a really good start for the
That's
first
that's
episode.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
really
I
shows
I
a lot
thought
about
we were
us.
going to be a lot more comedic than this. Oh well.
No.
Well, no, everything else is.
We're
It's
not.
just that this particular one says serious in it.
Yeah.
We can still
you
be
you had
comedic.
to get that one, didn't you, Finn?
Brexit's a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Global warming's an even bigger bitch.
And police officer was shot the other day.
Really?
Oh no! He wasn't shot. He was run over. Yeah, he was run over and dragged. Apparently, it's like I saw that yesterday, and I just saw tons of news things about it. But like, in all respects to the guy that died, it's like it's a real shame. But I'm just like, it was just we're going in such an overhaul towards it. Like everyone is speaking out about it, about how it's such like a travesty. Yeah,
Is that the guy?
yeah, that's him.
He was the dude that just got.
But
married,
like, and
wasn't
it's
it?
a bad thing. But like, I'm just wondering why this has shook us as like a country. Like
I didn't even know about it.
like yeah, exactly. Well, like
I saw it on my Twitter trending page.
like Boris
yesterday.
Johnson like came out and like sort of talking about it. But like, I guess it is just still one dude. But I don't know. It was a very unfortunate though.
I think, but people die almost like this all the time. Is it just a bigger thing because it's a police officer?
Probably.
And also, that
I
he
mean,
just
was it
recently got married.
targeted?
It was just, or was it? Oh wait, was it after he recently got married?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
that's-
literally got married a few
that
days ago.
that probably is the bigger part of it.
That's his family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
No offense to anyone. Just like I don't know. I don't know why we're obsessing over it necessarily.
No.
But yeah. It's really unfortunate though.
That is.
Yeah, we probably should actually.
Yeah, you've got it.
Away the wheel goes.
No.
So what else is serious that we can talk about? I guess there is always Brexit.
Are vegans serious, or should we?
They're not
just-
really
No,
serious.
vegans.
Okay, that can be
No.
its own topic. then.
Yeah, another
No.
time. But
Yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
definitely
like
them.
I guess Brexit is a thing. It's sort of gone quiet for ages. Like
Well,
'cause-
that's because Theresa May decided
yeah,
to
she's
repeat the same thing over
Yeah.
and over again,
About making
expecting
a
a
deal.
different result.
that
That is a mark of insanity.
Yeah. Far Cry 3 was fun. But then now Boris is along, and I don't think I've mentioned it so far. But
Boris has been more interested in like reducing crime. He's like
good.
But his thing. He's just like he's now avoiding everything to do with Brexit until it comes?
Basically, because he doesn't want to end up like Theresa May.
Yeah.
Well, I swear Brexit was supposed to happen in March, or am I wrong? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was.
It was meant to happen.
Like, was it
ages
like
ago.
March 23rd? No, yeah, June 27th. Wasn't it? Yeah, so we are pushing it back. So we just like not to be political. We shouldn't have just done it in the first place. Like, what
Yeah.
what do we benefit from doing it?
Literally nothing.
What is happening right now that is stopping us from doing it now? What
We
is-
can't make good trade deals so that we can safely leave. Like,
Yeah.
we can leave without fucking up our economy, essentially. Like that's like what we're worried about right now.
What's going to happen?
The
either way?
wonderful thing is that I think now Boris knows that he can't really get a good deal. So what I think he's aiming for is a no-deal Brexit, which will not help our economy
Nope.
at all. I mean, it's
It won't.
already started to
So
go
it's
bad.
already staggering. It's
Yeah.
like, it's just we just shouldn't like. I don't get the benefits. I don't understand them. I don't understand the benefit at all of us leaving. Like, what is the point?
The thing that annoys me the most is that after the referendum,
Mm-hmm.
the most searched thing in UK Google was "What is Brexit?" So people
Yeah,
after
after.
people had voted, they Googled what it was. So people have probably been like, "We want to be independent because we're patriotic or whatever."
Yeah, I think they just
not even
thought.
knowing what it is.
Like, I think some people probably just thought that we weren't going to be part of like Europe, the continent. Like,
Yeah.
they probably just thought we were going to become our own continent or some shit. Like, they probably thought that rather than like the European Union side of it.
Yeah.
What people fail to remember nowadays is that Britain is not an empire really anymore.
No.
Like, we've got
No,
no real power.
we're not a superpower anymore.
No.
Like we're not a superpower like America is. Well, at least
I mean,
like
as it
Russia and
is-
America was like
Korea or-
Cold War.
yeah.
and-
As it is, we are quite influential in what we do,
yeah.
but we're not
Yes.
what we once were.
No.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that we should go back to having our empire oppressing in people in India and being a good contributor to the slave trade, but
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm not saying that we should have more power or anything like that. I just think that maybe we should just like not be dumb.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
would be a
that
good
would be
idea.
Easier said than done.
And
Easier said than dumb.
Thank you.
Yeah.
cheers for
You're,
that.
you're not allowed to speak anymore.
But now
Done.
Boris campaigned for leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see his
so-
reaction?
so did
as
David
soon as
Cameron.
he yeah, but
that's why he left. That's why he left being prime minister, because he voted. He voted stay.
Oh,
He
yeah.
voted
yeah.
stay. That's why he left. But if Boris is voting leave, and he's not doing anything about it, that's wrong.
Did Boris even understand it?
no,
Boris
no,
is Boris
he really
the 1st
didn't.
one that Googled.
Because if you see his reaction whenever he found out about Brexit and that we were now leaving, the disappointment in his face, he is gobsmacked that he actually won it. His campaign won it.
He just didn't know that he could be supported. Like, he was so confident in David Cameron and like that he thought he could pull this off. Like, literally, David Cameron put his career on his country. Basically, he was so confident that we weren't going to be dumb and decide to leave.
Yeah.
But then he was just so astounded by the fact that we're actually doing this. He's just straight up and left. He just didn't want to.
I don't want to assume, and I might have heard it somewhere, or I might have just made it up. I think that a lot of people that voted leave were over 65, and I could be wrong. I could have just completely
Yeah, I
made
think
that
it was
up.
the older generation voted for leave more.
Probably.
Yeah,
but the thing that annoys me is that I think
They're
I
going to
actually
die quicker.
I actually heard this point on an episode of 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and Sean Locke said it, and he said that people over 65 shouldn't vote because it's not their future.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Exactly, they're going to die
It's
quicker.
us. We have to live with the fact that they have voted not to be in it, but they haven't thought about how it affects.
But it wouldn't be a democracy. It's not a democracy to vote.
Yeah, but
Stupid.
if people under 18, is it 18 or 16?
Is this in
18.
terms of voting?
18.
18.
If people under 18 can't vote,
Yeah.
then people over a certain age shouldn't.
mean, in fairness, that is a good point you make.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
What's going on?
oh, we have been had our attention drawn to the referendum. So
Oh crap! That is a lot closer than I thought it was.
So
It really was.
It seemed that. Wait, is Scotland part of it, or is that just kind of blue? Oh, okay. So Scotland wanted to stay, as well as Wales and
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Thank
was
you,
a
Rob.
hard remain.
Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
Your people
My
tried.
people.
Yeah, they tried. But then England just decided, nah.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like the percentage should be more?
London.
Oh,
London was a hard remain.
actually, yeah. Look.
Yeah.
And like southern, so like
Sou-
around.
Southeast, we were good. Southeast England were
Yeah, Southeast England.
mighty fine. But the Midlands and the North.
Oh,
I hate the North. Don't.
And the North hate you.
yeah, they probably hate you as well.
No, but it says something about the referendum because we did one in our school,
I mean,
and it was the exact opposite of that. More people, 51% voted Remain, and 48 did Leave.
showing how
So that
the
shows that
younger
the younger people know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really do.
I feel like we understand modern politics more than the politicians themselves.
But they
Seems to be.
are all over a certain age. That means that they're all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
I mean-
politicians.
This is why we need Dwayne Johnson as president. Either Dwayne Johnson or Kanye West. Honestly, they
Drake.
need to be
Brilliant.
technical difficulty.
How many times has
Thank
that
you.
happened to you now?
Now 4.
Now 4.
4.
I think you've given me a faulty.
That sound.
What was that sound?
that sound.
Sorry, the monkey behind our
Yeah.
behind our technical thing is but look at that. But like turnout 72.2%. So what was there a good like just under 30% that just didn't vote?
Yeah. And
Which
that
could have
that-
been
that
the
that
difference
30
between
such a difference.
That 30%, right, was 18 to 24-year-olds
yeah, because they just decided
because they didn't want to vote.
Mm.
So if they had voted,
Then we probably would be remaining.
No.
that pisses me
But
off.
honestly, like if you're listening to this or watching it and
Vote.
you can vote,
Vote.
Like, please, it literally does make a difference in our society.
yeah.
Because
Why-
there's
Why
no
is this
point
a
in
PSA?
having
I don't know. This is our first
I
episode.
remember,
and
kids,
it's so
don't do
serious.
drugs.
Hugs, not
stay in
drugs.
Stay in school.
don't be a fool. Stay in
d-
school.
Don't get into strangers' cars. That'd
After
be a
you
good
eat,
idea.
wait 30 minutes before you get back in the water.
Don't take candy from strangers unless they have a van that says free candy, because obviously that's very official.
Wait, does that mean?
And technically, it's a
ice
marked
creams?
van.
Yeah.
No.
And if you get run over by an ice cream man, you can get free ice cream. So
True story.
yeah, it is actually a true story from Anthony.
Wait, you got hit by an ice cream
I
van?
can't.
You got hit by an ice cream truck pulling out of its driveway. I was there. I was very helpful. I wheeled his bike back to his house.
I did ask him, and he said that it was his fault.
Don't circle topic. This is serious.
Yeah, it is.
I'm talking about the injury of my dear friend.
He could have died.
Oh wait, injuries is a topic. We should probably not do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
skip.
anyway, he gets free ice. He got a free ice cream. End of.
So,
I
who's
did
seen
as
that
well.
post where the world's going to end in 2050?
Woo!
Love that.
Yep, that's.
But-
Love that from
Fun
the
idea.
I
world.
mean, global warming is apparently going to be irreversible in 18 months. I'm not
Yep.
sure if that's just a fear mongering thing or is an actual official statistic.
Is it not irreversible now? It
No,
seems
it's
like
not.
it is.
We can
It's-
reverse
I
it
mean,
apparently now.
There's
How?
plastic
Well, we just
in the
you-
Arctic.
metal straws. Save the turtles.
Yeah, the turtles are gonna stop global warming. But it pisses me off that there are still businessmen
That
who
don't
say
believe in it.
who think that global warming is something to believe in. It's fact. It's actually happening, and they're like, yeah, I don't believe in it. I think it's
No,
not
you
true.
not believing in it is just an excuse for you to keep pumping out chemicals, and like I mean, in England we're actually doing something with the low emission zone, which
Yeah.
we're planning to expand. It's gonna go like as far as Sutton, isn't it? Like it's gonna be because like Sutton is technically in that London area, so it's gonna be expanded there. So
Yeah.
at least we're doing something.
Do you know what really pissed me off?
What?
Whenever Donald Trump decided to back out of the fucking environmental agreement and all that. what was it? Harris Agreement. So he's just like, fuck the environment. I'm gonna get us some
KFC.
KFC.
Don't diss KFC, boys.
I'm not dissing
No.
KFC. KFC's great, but
It is great.
way better than Nando's, by the way. Just saying.
No, I think Nando's is highly
Overrated.
Overrated.
Anyway, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But they are going to give out free food on results day.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you
Which
probably
I will not be getting. Subway all the way.
Yes, we know. We moving on. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, like, so we're doing the low emission zone. But it's funny, really. Like, right after we set up this low emission zone, then the global warming protests started happening. Immediately after, which was really weird to me. Like, you know how they were like gluing themselves to vans or trains, or they were laying on the floor of the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
That was actually a day after I went. Like, that happened. I was kind of upset because I would have loved to play like Floor is Lava with protesters. It'll be really funny. But there it is. See, this is what we're doing. We've been cool. But that's pretty cool though. We're really cool. We're hip. But like, yeah, it was a really weird time to start protesting. Like, we're doing as much as we can currently for global warming. Or at least we're doing something major. And now you're deciding to complain. It's like, what, are you trying to give us the extra kick up the bum to do something, or is it just like because you're bored?
Protest
Fair enough.
started years ago.
Is it just because you're bored? A lot like ISIS.
We got nothing to do. Let's protest.
No, like seriously, like not encouraging terrorist attacks, but ISIS just get bored or something. Like, seriously, nothing's happened.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want anything to happen.
No,
Yeah.
but like it's a funny thing to think about that nothing has happened.
What was the last thing they did?
Was it Paris?
Maybe they're just being environmentally aware. Like, all these emissions from the what?
Was it Manchester? No, wait. Manchester wasn't.
Manchester
ISIS, was
bombing. Wait, what was the last terrorist attack that
What was the
happened?
last ISIS thing?
Oh, ISIS.
It was either. I think it was. Something
Was it
happened
the
in
London
Belgium.
Bridge?
Something happened in Belgium, didn't it?
I saw a boat in France. It was called ISIS. That's like the latest thing that's happened.
I think the last
I
terrorist
didn't.
attack I remember happening was the one where it was like the white supremacists going into those mosques. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was just
Oh my god!
not
You know,
on.
I'm not gonna disclose his name, but you know,
What's this? It was Sri Lanka, April 2019. Security force millennials from National Jamath allegedly linked to ISIS clashed after the security forces raided a safe house of the militants. There was in Sri Lanka East bombings.
Ramesh is from. Sorry.
Thank you. 6 suicide bombing attacks, killing 253. Okay. Well, that's what's happened. But that was in April.
Well,
okay,
anyway,
so they very
that-
much haven't gotten bored. But
That thing about the mosques. It might actually be something different. It might have been.
I think it was someone else.
It was some sort of gun attack somewhere. I don't know where,
Mm.
but someone that I know in my form.
The United States have been getting a lot of school shootings lately, haven't they? Or mass shootings. I think it was. Oh, did you hear about that thing? I can't remember. It was this guy in America who apparently had information about this, like.
What school
this-
shooting?
It was basically he had information concerning a bunch of these really wealthy, like upper class people, and he had information basically concerning like them having some sort of like pedophilic like sex ring or something like that, or basically there was like this underage like conspiracy with them, like they were doing something, but then he coincidentally committed suicide right before he was about to give the names of each of these people.
Funny that.
But everyone was like he got murdered. Like the government killed him. Like it's like of course they did. Like basically people put out like a fake tweet from Hillary Clinton. It's like, I'm really sad that this guy is gonna die in a week. And it's just like this of his unfortunate suicide that's gonna occur in a week's time. It's just like because it's so obvious that like someone was just trying to keep him quiet.
Mm.
But yeah,
No. It's just
Stop.
disgusting to think about what some people do. Pepper, in the nicest way possible.
Fuck off.
Nice.
Yep.
Hello, Pepper.
Does not give a shit.
Like
but-
cat.
Yeah. Wasn't there was a Catholic priest circle or something like that? There was some sort of sex ring with that.
Your
that
cat has some sharp.
it was grim.
claws. But
You're right.
he's
Okay.
hello.
Yeah, she harassed my turn.
Shall we smother it with the minion? No, I'm just
She's no. By the way, this is our fourth member, the
Yeah.
Minion. He I don't know how he doesn't speak, but I don't know how
He
many.
looks like a
purposes he's
sex
hearing.
offender.
He looks like a sex offender or very high.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm keeping my eye on him
Maybe
because I feel like I look away, he's just gonna snap my neck. Anyway,
Okay.
so what else is super serious?
Sirius.
Serious.
Oh yeah, back to the Brexit thing.
Do we have much more to say about that?
No, the wonderful thing about being Northern Irish and
Is
Irish,
that you can flee to
Oh my
Ireland?
god, you've got the passport.
I can get the passport, so I can still go
Yeah.
into
Fuck you.
into Europe and not be hassled. Unlike you English boys.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't leave the country that often anyway because I'm too poor.
Well, I go to
So-
I just go to France like every now and then. That's
So-
about it.
Yeah.
Like that's much what
Plus,
really
you
what I
could
do.
probably swim the channel, and no one would know about it.
Have you heard about that guy who had like
Good luck with
he like jetpacked across the channel?
Oh yeah, that's actually quite cool.
Yeah, it was. So we can use that.
Mm.
Yeah,
So-
no one
Ha!
will ever
Take that,
detect
Brexit. Once we have jetpacks, nothing you can do.
I mean,
Oh, the Irish
shot
border.
down.
The military just shooting you with a jetpack.
That's just gonna become a legit.
It's gonna be
job.
GTA 5 all over again. Just.
Rob, listen to. So
Listen
the
to
Irish is it the backstop? Yeah. So because now because of Brexit, the wonderful thing about it is that David Cameron has he's more or less gonna kill people.
Huh?
Why David
not
Cameron?
he's not gonna do it himself.
Personally, he's
But-
just gonna go out like the Punisher, just murdering people.
Yeah.
Where
one
did he even go? He's disappeared.
He's off the grid,
He's getting ready. But-
preparing.
He's
But-
transferred all his money into the Cayman Islands. He's just gonna do some criminal shit.
He's bought himself an underground nuclear bunker. He's hiding
just to nuke the whole of Ireland.
out. Anyway.
No, but because the border's going to happen because of Brexit,
Mm-hmm.
or something has to happen with that,
Something's gonna happen. Brexit.
Yeah.
No one knows what, but
the new IRA are going to come along and shoot people up. I mean, there was already that photographer,
the new
news
IRA,
reporter. Yeah. So that's nice of them.
the new IRA,
And
better than the old IRA.
What David Cameron really should have thought about is that backstop, because with that border being there, when the border was removed, the troubles died down. Bring that border back, people are going to start dying.
Ooh.
It's just a fact, and it really, really is shit.
I feel like you should take this information to Parliament rather than a podcast.
Yeah,
Hey,
probably
this
should.
podcast could make it to Parliament.
Someone send it. We have.
Someone just send it to wherever
Boris.
the fuck David Cameron is.
Just send an email to Boris.
I mean,
Yeah.
is
With
anyone
this
here
enclosed.
planning on becoming Prime Minister at some point?
I'm not.
Do you know what? I think the three of us could probably do a better job than the whole of Parliament.
Well, we're going
at
to be
moment.
the Prime Minister duo.
Yeah.
Like triplet.
Hey,
Triplet.
hey,
Hey,
I've got
man.
no personality, but you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excluding you. Goodbye.
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 But I meant me and Minion.
Oh, yeah.
We're-
Should we name the podcast Minion?
Shall we call
It's
it
kinda
Pepper
ironic-
to get it really confusing?
Wait, I swear Minion became king in one of the Minion
He
movies.
did, yep.
He became king because he took the sword from the stone. That's a
Mhm.
serious issue.
It is.
Mm.
Don't you dare write topic.
Yeah, right topic on that screen one more time. And I am gonna spend the rest of this podcast dedicated to the Minions movie. I will read out the script word by word.
No!
That's it. Getting up the
Do it.
Minion script.
Do it.
No, I don't have. I don't know where my phone is.
Well, at Comic Con, I did buy this script to Deadpool.
Ah, you should have bought the script to the Minions movie.
Yeah, signed by Stan Lee.
Ooh,
That's
So
cool.
Don't
that's
write,
impressive. Now that he's
don't write topic.
don't write topic.
Yeah.
That was sad when Stanley
so
died.
so
That is serious.
I
That is
I
very
guess
serious.
like what's happening is, global warming is gonna melt us to death.
Brexit's gonna fuck a bunch of people
Brexit's
up.
gonna cause the IRA to go shoot us
global
all.
warming isn't going to melt us to death. It's going to melt the ice caps, and the ice caps are going to rise sea level, so we're all going to drown.
Isn't like Brooklyn just gonna go like underwater?
No, Essex. Essex is going to be the first place to go. My grandparents live there.
Can they swim?
I don't know.
Do they own a boat?
Actually, isn't it the way the water level's rising? We're all gonna actually have to end up going more north. So you're fucked.
We're just like, come on, Brandon, we gotta go.
Don't want to go.
I was like, nah.
No, not the
Oh,
north. Anything but the north.
Fine, go swim. I will.
Yeah.
I will. I have a
We just see you, Brandon, just like paddling in a way, just like no.
You
I'm
know
not-
that video of that dude who's got like 5 rubber dinghies stacked on top of each other?
That's gonna be you.
That's just gonna be me.
Oh, we got a visitor.
Oh, a doorbell.
But I mean, I think someone's answered it.
I hope it's not the government.
Mm. It's David Cameron's spies.
Oh no, he heard.
He's giving
He's
my
honest.
secrets away.
He's coming for us. Oh my god.
Holy
Uh,
moly.
Well, we've got 3 minutes left of this.
We've gotten
So-
through a lot.
We actually have.
So we've talked about
So global warming.
So we've talked about global warming flooding everything and the fact that Brandon will have to buy a boat at some point in the near future. Shouldn't have spent it all on the wheel. On the wheel.
I realised that my
So we've talked.
mistakes were made.
we've
I regret
discussed-
everything.
We've discussed ISIS and the
IRA.
police officer
Yes.
and the
Oh,
IRA and how we well
Basically,
how
how we
you're
are
gonna be safe,
all
but we're not.
fucked.
Yeah,
No.
basically. We've been talked about the Minions movie and how it is a revolutionary masterpiece of our time, which should have gotten 100% Rotten Tomatoes, 100%.
No, my hand isn't up
Couldn't
my
agree
arse,
more.
mate. Which is I was
So we talked about David Cameron's secret nuclear bunker. Our plan to cross the channel with nothing but jetpacks.
Yes.
and how jetpack snipers are going to become a legit job.
Yeah, I really hope that is. I will sign up in a heartbeat.
They train eagles to tackle people in the air.
Eagle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to
Uh,
attack people.
This very let's get serious portion of our podcast, which is the first episode. It's a weird way to start.
It really is.
I think it's just we've gotten all the controversial stuff out of the way,
oh,
just so
there's
we
plenty more.
just so that like instead of being like most shows and offending people down the line, we just do it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt we've offended a
Like
lot
we've
of
just
people.
talked about current topics. If it's offensive, then I guess the world's
Yeah.
offensive.
Yeah.
All
Oh, and
Oh.
also fuck Trump.
and all that's left, like with Let's Get Serious, is to throw in some
No,
casual
like
racism.
I would say that, but Donald Trump has
No.
been the funniest person because like I just love all the memes with him when he visited Kim Jong Un and it's like all like, hey, you want to come to my Minecraft like house and stuff like that. I love it.
No, it's that thing about
Like Kim Jong Un just looks so agitated by his presence.
Oh.
Anyway, I think
well,
we should.
Wouldn't anyone be agitated by his presence?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
I mean,
honest.
I know Kim Jong Un's a bit of a
Dictator?
Bad
dodgy
person.
guy.
Yes.
But,
That's an understatement and a half.
He's got like a little cuddly charisma about him, you know.
He does
In
look
his
very
in
cuddly.
his facial expressions, yeah.
He looks like a little panda. You know?
Mm.
Just
Okay,
wanna give
that
him a
is
hug.
okay. Casual racism thrown in there. Nice.
Wait, how?
Asian animal.
I'm sorry, but he does look like a panda.
Yeah.
Actually, no. What was it? The Eurovision.
That's not like a
Woman.
stereotype
He
though.
looks like the Eurovision.
No, there was a last year. What was her name? End of episode.
All
We
right.
got- okay.
All right.
we
So
need
we're
to
gonna
wrap up.
we have to wrap this up apparently.
Okay, bang! It's been the podcast. Bang!
And it is the podcast
Thanks for listening. This is the end. Goodbye.
of us.
Bye.
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 Yep.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
You hang up.
No-
Pepper, look at me. Pepper, stop staring at his feet.
The min-
Pepper.
the minion hasn't
Oi,
said.
Pepper.
Guys, the minion hasn't said goodbye yet.
Oh, that's
That's
sly
such a-
look.
That is such a mean look.
He's coming.
Thanks for watching.